Even after visiting 100 countries and more cities than we can count, we had never seen anything quite like Chongqing. This Chinese mega metropolis is home to over 31 million people. That means Chongqing, all on its own, has more people than the entire country of Australia, by a few million. And if we're talking about land area, it's not just densely packed either. Think Austria. This one city is the size of a European country. Obviously, it's massive, but what really blew our minds, we didn't even know it existed until we started mapping out our Chinese rail adventure. Something tells us we're probably not alone on that.
Chongqing is known as the Mountain City, but don't let that peaceful-sounding nickname lull you into thinking that this place is all fresh air and quiet trails. Oh no. This city is a spicy, sky-high, noodle-slurping metropolis of delightful madness. Perched along the cliffs of the mighty Yangtze River, Chongqing is China's ultimate mashup of grit, glow, and glam.
We're John and Bev, and we are the Retirement Travelers. If you're just finding us, we are an American senior travel couple who are on the adventure of our lives. We're traveling China, Japan, and South Korea on this leg, so hit subscribe and follow along on our little travel log. We are a few weeks ahead of our videos, so if you're wondering where we are in the world, we keep our Instagram updated to our current location, so follow us there.
You may not know much about Chongqing, but this mountain city sure packs a zing. So find the perfect spot for a spicy hot pot, and its praises you will soon sing.
We rolled into Chongqing by rail from Zhangjiajie, which, if you missed that video, go back and watch it. It's officially John's new favorite place on earth, though we're still traveling and reserving the right to change our minds. Our son Taylor and his husband Alec joined us for a few weeks, and when we floated the idea of visiting Chongqing, their enthusiasm was instant and infectious. Unlike their parents, they actually knew about this city and couldn't wait to dive in. Once we arrived, we grabbed a Didi, China's version of Uber, but with less small talk, and headed to our hotel, the Lixery, a gorgeous Hyatt property tucked into the uppermost floors of the World Financial Center. That's right, we stayed in the clouds.
The hotel itself, absolute stunner. From our room on the 59th floor, we look straight down on Chongqing's version of Times Square, Zhifengbei Pedestrian Street, home to the iconic Liberation Monument. It's the go-to spot for high-end shopping, luxury brands, and neon everything. And just steps outside the front of our hotel, bam, the Chongqing Art Gallery, a red and black architectural wonder that looks like it crash-landed from a sci-fi movie. This futuristic museum and performance space is just as fun on the inside. We strolled through the exhibits, soaking in the local art scene. Bev was in her happy place.
Ask anyone what Chongqing is famous for, and you'll get the same answer every time: hot pot. Not only can you sit down and enjoy the city's pride and joy, but you can buy blocks of expertly prepared starter so you can take it home. For us, we wanted to experience a bubbly, fiery bowl of history and meat for ourselves.
So how'd they get the name Hot Pot? There's all peppers in there.
One night, we made our way to Zhangjiajie, a hot pot spot we'd heard about. Once we got there and sat down on the edge of the 50th floor, the view was only rivaled by the food. Our first bites had our taste buds doing backflips. Our tongues screamed with pain and a lot of joy as we dove into our little pots of goodness. We were hooked.
That is hot pot heaven. Whew. Spicy but great. In Chongqing, transportation isn't just about getting from A to B. It's an affordable sightseeing tour with a side of adrenaline. Because when your city is built into a series of cliffs between two rivers, you have to get creative. And boy, did they deliver. Overpasses loop and spiral like a spaghetti explosion, and more than 30 bridges stitch the city together.
Locals, aka seasoned stair-climbing pros, know when to skip the cardio and take the hidden escalators and elevators that sneak between city levels. We, on the other hand, were outed as tourists by our breathlessness and regular need to just stop and admire the view. Translation, catch our breath.
So the entire city of Chongqing is a stair-stepper workout. There are more stairs in this city than any city I've ever seen. You know, it's called the Mountain City, and it's for good reason. The subway quickly became our best friend, and we got pretty good at navigating it without looking totally confused. One ride we absolutely had to try, alongside every other camera-toting tourist, the monorail at Lizi Bus Station, which, yes, enters through the side of a building.
Another must-do, the Yangtze River Cableway, best experienced during the evening light show spectacular that is Chongqing after dark. From our little glass capsule, we soared above the glowing river while the city's skyline put on a performance worthy of its cyberpunk city status. Bridges lit up like circuit boards, buildings blinking in sync, and we half expected to spot flying cars. Pro tip, skip the return trip on the cable car and walk across the bridge instead. It's magical, trust us.
We are walking back across the town. It's a beautiful night here in Chongqing, and we're just having a great time.
After taking the cable car and bridge walk, we headed to the famed Bayi Road, Chongqing's most beloved food street. This place is a noodle lover's paradise with hot pot restaurants, Szechuan delicacies, and mysterious snacks sizzling on every corner.
Our favorite find? A dessert we still don't know the name of, a banana pastry made from hand-stretched dough. We watched mesmerized as the vendor twisted and flung the dough like a pro, grilled it up, and handed us a golden pocket of happiness. Yes, we saw the giant jug of cooking oil on the floor. No, we didn't care. It was the buttery ending to a perfect day.
It's kind of crispy. Doesn't have very much banana in it. It's mostly dough and grease.
Okay, I am not upset with that one.
We wandered over to Shabadi, also known as 18 Steps, a revamped old town that blends Bayou folk architecture with modern coffee shops and boutiques. Sure, the original buildings have long been replaced, but the vibe is fun and festive. We browsed the shops, admired the reconstruction efforts, and naturally made a beeline for the dried fruit store. We grabbed mango and pineapple like we were stalking a bunker. Taylor and Alex snagged dried figs and mandarin oranges.
Pineapple, mandarin oranges, and mango. All dried, all delicious. In the heart of the urban jungle stands Luan Temple, a quiet, incense-scented oasis that's somehow still standing after more than 1,000 years, albeit with a few makeovers. Inside, you'll find over 500 intricate Buddha statues, some beautiful carvings, and ancient texts, surrounded by soaring skyscrapers that make the temple's traditional swallowtail roof look like a time traveler. We paused to watch locals pop in for prayer just steps away from the modern chaos outside.
We heard visiting Hongyadong was a must, and well, we couldn't skip it. Picture an 11-story stilt building complex hanging off the side of a cliff, lit up like a spaceship, and packed with street food, shops, and tourists trying to get the perfect photo. Was it our favorite? Not quite. But we had a hilarious interaction with a local woman completely mesmerized by our tall son. It made the whole stop worth it.
Oh, get it, we're going.
We're going.
他知道上，对不对？高，对不对？上，
好睡哦。跟他来一口，跟他来一口。啊，到了吗？看到位。把他带回家吧。
Like Taylor.
She loves Taylor.
人家会要我吗？
Say goodbye to the love of your life.
One sunny day, we made our way up to Oling Park, perched on a ridge overlooking the city. It was peaceful, shady, and full of charming old pavilions. We enjoyed the park's tall pagoda and panoramic views of the sprawling city below, and let's just say it was worth every step and every slightly dramatic groan on the way up.
On one of our last mornings, we headed to the Three Gorges Museum, fully expecting a documentary-style deep dive into China's massive dam project. Turns out, not so much. Instead, we got a fantastic history lesson on the Sichuan region, from ancient tools to calligraphy to regional culture. Our boys, who are both studying Mandarin, were absolutely geeking out. Alex stood in the calligraphy section wide-eyed and declared, "I could stay here forever." We believed him.
Right next door is the Great Hall of the People. It felt grand and slightly surreal, kind of like the whole city, really. After a week of spicy eats, cable car rides, secret escalators, and so many surprises, we knew we had only scratched the surface. Chongqing is the kind of city that doesn't really reveal everything at once. It keeps you guessing, and it definitely left us wanting more.
So with bags slightly heavier thanks to our quickly depleting supply of dried fruit, and hearts definitely fuller, we boarded a high-speed train headed to Chengdu, home of pandas, dumplings, and the next chapter of our China adventure. Be sure to hit subscribe and stay tuned for fluffy, cute faces and more travel tales next week.
Be sure to hit subscribe and follow along on our retirement journey around the world.